bar down just a little bit lower right there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's what we like right there. Carson tops, baby. Now we don't have to worry about the chicken wherever coming up. You know what I mean? Down tighter. There we go. Right there. There we go. Nice and tight. We don't want our chicken wire coming loose, you know what I mean? Now see how I left this a little loose here? Now I can pull this down tighter right here, which stayed pretty tight. You see that? That's pretty good there. So I just gotta just clamp it here and weld it here. There we go. There we go. Nice and tight. That's what we like. All right, pull this down tighter here now. We're gonna clamp that right onto there. Okay. Right here. There we go. There we go. This rest of this wire now is going to get tucked up. There's going to be another flat stock piece that's going to go up in here. It's going to pinch all this down. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this around here like this, and then we're going to tie it to the inside here. Pull it nice and tight, and then it's all going to have a piece of flat stock where the windows, you know, the channel.
Yeah.
Like if you look on the other side, if you scroll through on the other side, you can see from here what I did.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, so we're nice and tight. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a couple tack welds here, real light ones, because this will burn. This stuff burns really fast and easy. All righty. See now what I do here. Watch what I do here now. So all this excess hanging out, we don't need anymore. What I do is I run this, take the cutoff wheel and pull it all the way, and I run right along the bottom of this and cut all the excess off of here. Pretty much the old-fashioned way of doing a Carson top.
Old school?
Very old school, yes. Very old school. See how nice and taut that is now? That's not going to come out. It's all pinched in there.
Nice.
See that? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through each one of these and we're going to zip tie these down to the conduits. You see my cross braces here? So we're going to pull this nice and tight. I'm going to pull it that way, and then we're going to zip tie this as we pull this up. We'll zip tie it to these bows here, all the way across. So I'm going to go on the other side and start pulling this that way, zip tie it.
All right.
Okay. All right, we're going to do one more here. here now. Then we go on the same on the other side. We do the same thing. Since I already have this under here, I'm going to zip tie this to this. Since we already have this chicken wire going underneath this flat stock. See, I put the chicken wire under the flat stock. This is the frame of the window. Okay, so you see how this is all overhanging, not under here? We already have a piece under there, so I'm going to zip tie this to that piece there, and then cut all these back off of there. We don't need. But I'm not going to do it until we crank them tight. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So I got to put a first zip tie here, like 4 zip ties here. Then we're going to take this, pull this nice and taut here, and then we're going to take the flat stock and we're going to pinch this down underneath the flat stock. You see what I mean? Okay, see how I did this? And it's going to pinch that directly up underneath there. And then this one here, I'm just going to cut right here and put it on the bottom side of this one. And that's our frame for our back window. Okay. There we go. So this one's already through there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this and I'm going to wrap this around this flat stock here. Okay. All right, now I'm going to pull this through here. I'll pull this up over this way here. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing at the top one here. There we go. Okay, now I can clamp this down, tighten them up in there. Okay, see what I'm doing here now? I'm going to clamp this down. That's going to pinch that piece of wire in there for it not to come out.
Pinch the whole edge of it around.
I'm going to put a tack weld right in here. Tack welds all get covered by upholstery, so you'll never see the tack welds. Okay, just like that.
So you're tacking, are you tacking the actual wire?
No, just the flat stock.
Okay, gotcha.
Now I'm going to let this go. That flat stock ain't coming out of there. See, it's bent over, not coming out. So we could trim this off.
Right.
So when he upholstered it, he doesn't have to see that. And this wire's never going to come there. By the time they put the jute padding and everything on here, you won't even see any of this. So I'm going to clamp the top of this bow here, like this. And then when it's said and done, I'm going to make another frame this size, and it's going to get chrome plated.
Okay.
And it's going to the glass is going to go in here, and then the frame is going to be this wide. It's going to be 3/4 inch wide. That's why I ordered more flat stock. So it's 3/4 inch wide frame that's going to be chrome plated. That's going to go on the outside of the top.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and tack this in here before I cut the excess off. Of course, I'm reaching all the way across the car. I just go over this side here. There's a zip tie on the ground behind me, Bob.
Okay.
There we go. All right, let me go to the other side now. Alrighty. There's our glass. That's our glass. Now I left enough room. The glass is actually gonna, remember there's gonna be a frame around this. I gotta grind all this down smooth and all this welds out because the new frame is going to go over the top of that. And the reason why I made this down lower, because by the time you wrap all the padding and everything around it, padding and everything's going to go around it. It's going to make it thicker.
Yeah.
So that's why I left enough room in there to be able to put all that. The cardboard template still got to trim the sides a little bit. It's kind of tight. We don't want it to be that tight when we go to put it in because right now it's already tight to begin with.
Okay.
Okay, so I can trim this back a little bit more when the glass is ready to be cut.
Okay.
So that's the back window. That's your Carson top back window. That's traditional as you're going to get. Some guys made oval ones, some guys made diamond shaped ones, but this is fitting for this car. It's more traditional style custom.
Okay.
And a lot of people forgot about the lift-off Carson tops back in the day. You know, Gaylord Tops made them, Carson Top Shop. Harris used to make all the framework and send them out and have upholstery and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I know you really like them.
Yeah. Next car I do, I want to have a lift-off top. I do. All right, now, zip tie time. We got the zip tie this whole side. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here first. We're going to zip tie under here. We'll pull this up and around. The zip tie is to make this nice and tight here. Right now you can see already how taut it is already. By the time I pull this down tighter, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So anywhere there's low spots and high spots, that's going to have padding. It's going to have foam padding.
Yeah.
And over the top, jute padding first. That's the stuff you see on the floor down there. See that?
Right.
That jute padding that's under the carpet? Right there. See that stuff there?
Yeah.
That goes down first. Yes. And then over the top, foam padding does. And the nice thing with foam padding is you can carve it to shape. Like if there's something that's too high, it can be carved like a turkey knife. You know, those electric knives?
Yeah.
You can cut it that way. And then you go over the top with your plastic liner, and then you use your parts material for like convertible tops.
Okay.
Traditional color for a top is white, but I've seen them in black. I've seen them in different
Blue,
colors. Yeah.
purple.
To me, white is the Carson top.
It's classy looking.
Yes, that's what they did back in the day. Barris Brothers and everybody did back in the day is Carson tops. And then Gene Winfield started making fiberglass ones back in the day, which were okay, but they were kind of thin and flimsy.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of tops when they lift them off and the top is really flimsy. This is not flimsy by no means.
Yeah.
I lifted this top. You watch, I can lift this top up. It's not attached. I can almost take this top off myself, even with it padded and everything.
So how heavy once it's all completely
I think
upholstered?
honestly, once the padding and everything's done, headliner, maybe 75 pounds.
Okay.
Right now this weighs probably maybe 40 pounds.
Okay.
And that's without upholstery and stuff yet.
Yeah.
All the metal, pretty much all the metalwork's done on this. Only thing I have to do is my latches here and my lineup points. Now what I usually use, I like to make my own, almost like a reverse hood pin. You remember hood pins?
Yeah.
Well, I like to go down in there and then do a locking key to hold it in place. And up here, the latches up here and the header. I already got the header finished, but I'm going to tie this down before we take this and tuck this under the header like I did on that side.
Okay.
So it's all tucked up under here. So I'm going to prop this up and we're going to take this and I'm going to hammer all these points down underneath the header.
Got it.
And that's going to get all attached with all the material and everything also.
Okay. All
See
right.
what I mean, no?
It's looking good.
All right. Thank you. Like I said, I'd like to do like a whole video. I mean, at least we're getting something here to show people because this is a very time-consuming thing. But not only that, when you cut a top off a car, I had to brace the whole car, frame and everything. So, being a four-door, I had to strengthen everything up down underneath. Now, you can see I have that side finished there. The B-pillar here, I have that down to the floor because right now, if you watch the B-pillar, look at this. These doors slam up against that.
Right.
That side doesn't move at all because I gusted it all on the bottom down there and I made a curved gusset onto the floor. So it doesn't move.
Oh, I see it.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So you still need to reinforce.
Yeah, see what'll happen every time you slam the door? This is moving around. You don't want that's the structure. There's a rocker panel. You see what I mean? So what I did down on the other side is I welded all this and then I did my curved gusset. It starts from here and goes all the way down to almost the first bow in the floor right here.
Yeah.
And that's going to structure this up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yes, I have to. Pretty much everything is done on that side except for the window channels and the doors, but the frames are done. And now we're doing on this side. I got to finish all this up under here. This is small stuff that people don't see when it takes to do this. I got to box the doors. Everything's got to be finished. I got to cut all the garnish moldings. You can see I got my garnish moldings all finished and everything. What I'm going to do on the inside over there, I'm going to take a piece of garnish molding that's left. I'm going to cut it so it follows through all the way through, and it's going to get welded. Just, you see where those two screws are, those two bolts?
Yeah.
That's what removes that B-pillar. So when the top comes off, that B-pillar comes out and it's all hard top. But where that B-pillar is, I'm gonna actually take a piece of garnish molding and go right over. So it flows through nicely, you know what I mean?
Nice.
Instead of just leaving that open like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's do some zip ties. Okay, let's do another one right here.
It's called malleable, babe.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Malleable. It's easy to bend, form.
It is. That's it is. Okay, now we're gonna have to leave this open until I do that because I won't be able to reach around here. So this is gonna get a piece of flat stock. It's gonna get welded under here for my window channel.
Okay.
When the window closes, it's gonna be it's gonna be a piece of angle iron that comes down off of this. That's gonna pinch this all up in place. So when I go to weld, it's kind of like we did back there. I'm gonna tack it, put vice grips on it, and hold it nice and taut. There you go.
Nice. Let's go look at the other side.
Okay, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna come over to the front. Where's my body here? Nice, huh? All right, now what I'm gonna do here, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lift this up. Rivets taut. And then tuck them underneath here. And that's what's going to hold us down. So we're going to take each one of these wires and we're going to bend these all around the header here. Ones that are hard to get, I can take this like this. You see what I mean? One of these we take and bend around. You see that? And then I take my hammer, stack them up under there for now. So each one of these, we're going to take each one of these wires, pull this down tight, tuck them underneath. And then I take my hammer. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Holding the header nice and tight. See how solid that top is? Not all flexy in there with that. See that? I'm balancing on one pivot point right here. Alrighty. done, we're gonna take another piece of flat stock underneath here and pinch all these down. We're actually gonna take the top off, flip this upside down, and do that. We want this nice and tight. We don't want, especially the header. This is what gets the full force wind when you're driving, you know? Our attachment point, that's going to pull it nice and tight through here. There's going to be a stud welded through here, so when you take it off, you got to lift it on an angle upward. Nice thing is you can put a winch. They have like those bicycle winches. You put that up in the garage, and you can just, you know, have a pulley, and you can tie it up like that and lift off the top yourself. You know.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
See, when I did my business coupe, I put the, I made it light because it was a small top. It was only like this long, so I was able to lift it off myself. Yeah. I can lift this top off myself. It's just bulky, you know?
Yeah. Well, like for somebody like me, I'd want a winch to lift it up by myself.
Exactly. So there you have it. Basic framework, chicken wire. My window templates on that side are done. We just got to start working on this side here. I got to finish the door tops. I got to make my B-pillar. That's what that piece of metal is there, to make my B-pillar that's removable. So when you take the top off, this piece unbolts from there, which is over there. You can see it across the way. And here, let's go to the other side. I'll take the door crank and I'll show you.
Tell me about the B-pillar over here.
Okay, yeah. See what's happening right now? My tape is not holding the window up in my frame that I made. I didn't silicone it. Here, let me show you what I did here. So I got the frame tacked in the door right now. Because right now, when the glass is cut, this frame is going to get glued to the glass. And this frame is going to go up and down. It's going to get chrome plate. Well, that's up to Nick what he wants to do. If he wants to chrome plate it or paint them. I would suggest chrome plating them.
Yeah.
This I would suggest either painting to match the car or padding it to match the top. The white canvas. White canvas is more classy that way, I think. So anyway, here's my window frame. Chop the wing window. See, the wing window is workable. It's just a piece of, what I use thin wood, which is the same thickness as glass. You can see almost like laminate if it was the laminate glass. Okay, so let me tape this back part of it up. I think this one's in there pretty good. That one's not falling out. Okay, so these are my my window templates. Everything that I did on this side, I got to go replicate on the other side now.
Do not hit
It
that.
doesn't even open that far.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to take this door handle. I'm going to open the back now, right? Suicide door. See how nice and finished this all is? Right here. See how nice this is all finished here? So this is attached to the garnish molding. So when the garnish molding comes off, this whole piece comes off to be able to take the glass out to replace the window if you have to. Now, some of these still have the tracks. Like this door has a track, but the back track doesn't match up to the glass. Because remember, the rear door curved out and the glass came back farther. You can see the distance here. Okay, remember there was a wing window here. So it was a short track door. So the wing window used to come all the way back here. It was all back here in this area here. So all these garnish moldings are removable. I just have them tacked in place for now. So here's my B-pillar I made. Okay. So right now I have a piece of angle iron up here holding this in place so it doesn't move around with the top. Here's my two attachment points, which are bolts. You take these out and this whole piece comes out when you take the top off. Right now the top is just sitting on top of it. But what I want to do is I'm going to taper this so I don't keep this big thick post. I'm actually going to notch it to here, so it's a lot thinner. You know what I mean? So that's be my next thing. But the nice thing is when the top is off the car, or if he wants to take this out and put the windows down, it'll be hard top with the top on.
Okay.
So this will all be removable. Right now it's nice and solid in there. It's not moving anywhere. And the B-pillar, look, no movement on the B-pillar. Put that structure down there in the bottom. Because this is what you slam the door up against.
Right, that's good.
Okay, so
Nice
everything,
and
like I said, I
solid.
have all the pieces. I have all this extra stuff here to do that side next.
All right, that'll be another video.
Yeah. But you can see, like, here, I'll even slam the door. Let me take the door handle off. Oh, it's already off there. And when you slam the door, look how nice the window fits in there. You see how nice it fits in there. Now, I left a little bit of room here because, remember, the upholstery is going to go down and around here.
Right.
And then weather stripping is going to go on the flat side of this angle iron that I have up under there. And I'll show you. Well, you can see here. Remember I told you I have to weld a flat
Right.
stock? What I did, this is angle iron. This is 1 inch by 1 inch angle iron that I heated to get this curvature. Okay, so basically I just put it all the way in there, and that's what this window slams up against to make a water seal.
Nice.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And watch you see when I close the door here how nice this lines up. Nice. To me, I'm going to suggest to him. I don't like this big gap. Like Mercury, this is a factory Mercury thing on a 4-door. Like you know what I did on my wagon, I kept this down to 1/8 of an inch thick.
Right.
I think it's cleaner that way instead of having a
does.
big gap like that. But
Yeah.
you got to do it all the way down.
Yeah.
So, and then the garnish moldings will go back on. He has all his garnish moldings here for all the holes. That's why I left the holes. I still got to do some more welding. You see there's little spots I still got to finish welding up. But pretty much this side of the car is done. And now we got thank you for your help. Now we got the chickenware on the top now. Chickenware is all done.
All right, it's looking good.
Right?
More progress, yeah.
Thank you for your help, my bud.
Of course, baby.
So anyway, I'm going to have you come over here and you're going to cut off all these extra flim flammers.
All right, sounds good.
Sound good?
Yep.
Looks like a cactus up there.
Yeah, it does. Like all the little
Let me get
needles.
some pics too.